Hey everyone, just want to take a quick look at Bitcoin, and I'm going to take a look at BNB, which is my favorite coin. Now, I did clean up this chart a little bit. I have kind of reset it. I drew lines where I think there's support and resistance on the daily time frames. I think on the other chart, I also had like 4 hour time frames, as well. And anyways, this is only the daily time frame where you see these supports and resistances. I also drew the trend line that I had before, and yeah, and this, these lines here. This is the Fibonacci lines. So let's take a quick look at what Bitcoin is doing at the moment. Now, this is the daily time frame. You can see we got rejected by this trend line, which I drew, a long time ago. And I think I drew this trend line somewhere probably around here because I noticed that there was, a touch point here and here and then here. So I drew it maybe a couple of weeks ago at least. But this trend line pretty much holds true. Now, if we take a look at the lower time frames at the 4 hourly, you will see it pretty much went up and touched this yesterday and got rejected. Now, we did have support here for a little while at about 63.1, and currently we are fighting this, line here of resistance, really. Right now we're above it, but we're only about $40 above it. And we still have an hour to go before we can close above it. But we really need to close above it, because if we don't, I do fear that we're going to come down to, where we were before. It's about 60.6 or 60.7, I think, the other day, where we got this touch point. But ideally, if we can close above this line in the next hour, great. But we do need to get above this trend line. Now, this trend line right now is sitting about 67.1, say 0.2 if you want to get above it. But yeah, this is, what we're fighting with Bitcoin. On the hourly time frame, now this is kind of a low time frame to look at. But okay, we have closed a candle above this line, which that's a good sign. It's starting to look better, but not out of the woods. So we need the longer time frames closed above this line. For example, the 4 hour, 6 hour, 8 hour, whatever. But 1 hour is still kind of short. Anyways, guys. That's what, Bitcoin looks like right now. Let's take a look at BNB though. Now, BNB is managing to stay inside this giant wedge, which it really has created. And I didn't draw any supports and resistances on this, but you can see here, this trend line, it's found support quite a bit in this area. It also found support down here. So, yeah, I think BNB still looks good. Although, it's down at the bottom of this trend line, I do feel it will probably get a bounce. But overall, this, doesn't look bad yet. Now, I do believe we need to get above. It looks like this will be resistance around this area. I could draw a line here. Let's draw a line here and see what this looks like, because this is what it's pretty much fighting at the moment. Now you can see here was support, here was some support, also around here was support. So really, this is a good place to put this line, I believe. Maybe I can adjust it slightly, but it really doesn't matter in the end. I mean, it's not going to be exact. So BNB at the moment kind of fighting this point around we can just say 550. which, you know, this is kind of a whole number. It's kind of a psychological number, you know, because it's another, you know, $10 up. I mean, 550, it's kind of a psychological number. I mean, we'll see if it can get above and close. And, you know, at the moment, it is above it, but just slightly, and it all depends on Bitcoin and what happens here. You know, Bitcoin right now 63.2. So on the 4-hour time frame, yeah, looking better, but still, yesterday it was looking better, and we got, you know, up, and then we just crashed back down. So the geopolitical situation right now too, not very good. You know, and this may be why we're struggling to get above this trend line. But we'll see, guys. I don't want to, you know, talk politics here, but anyways, if you like this video, like, subscribe, activate the bell, and I'll see you guys in the next one.